So this is a video on how to use the boiler in Hampton House. So the boiler is located in the utility room, and you'll see pressure here. And then these two dials indicate which is to turn on. That's just hot water, that's hot water and heating, and we don't usually use the third one. So as a default, the heating for your stay will be set to hot water and heating. These are the thermostats, they're usually on 6. So 5 or 6 is absolutely fine. So just make sure they're in that position, and that makes sure that the heating will stay at that level. Then this is the timer, and this is the key one to set. So you'll see here on this dial that this is a 24-hour clock and it turns clockwise. You need to make sure that the time is indicated by this arrow here. So it's currently 1:30 in the afternoon, so I'm going to turn the dial all the way around until the arrow points at 1:30. And then the way the heating is set is that if these little tickers are towards the inside of the clock, it means that the heating is going to be off, and if they're pointing on the outside, this means that the heating is going to come on. So as it's set here, the heating will come on at around 4:30 in the afternoon until about 11 o'clock in the evening, and it'll be off over the rest of the night and then come on again at 6 in the morning until 9. So that's how I've set it up. And then to make sure that the heating is on timer, you need to move this little slider over here. So this is the clock, and it indicates that you need to put the slider to the middle of the slot. And that means then that this will follow this timer for the heating, so you don't need to touch it. If you are very, very nesh, then you can put the heating on constant, in which case put the slider all the way over to the 1 here, and that's on constantly. At the end of your stay, I would be grateful if you could just pop it back to the timer here. The timer being in the middle of the slot again, and just make sure that it's still pointing at the correct time, that these haven't been moved. That way you should stay comfortable, as it's the winter months at the moment.